Alright. So, it's the next morning. Got the 4AG out. The right thing to do would be pull the harness off, pull everything apart, reseal everything, spray the engine block. So I'm not going to do any of that. This is just going to be a quick get it in the car and get it running, get it wired, all that kind of stuff. Once that's done, then I can maybe start messing with cleaning the engine up and painting stuff and making things pretty. But for now, it's more of a proof of concept. So I want to get to cleaning. All right, so here is the ae71, aka Lola.
As you could hear, the engine's not too happy.
Let me turn the idle up a little bit. Looks good. Doesn't run great though. Engine is tired. So next steps are pulling this bad boy out, tossing this guy in. So a little less noisy this time. Again, this was a 4AG out of a 85 GTS. Swapped in, just made a little intake manifold for some R1 carbs. Unfortunately, the engine kind of had damage to it. I was told it was a good engine, but it was like, you know, the guy who I got it from bought it from a guy, and so, you know, it just is what it is. Initially, the head gasket was blown. After I got it running, found out the head gasket was blown, pulled the head off. Number 4 cylinder had vertical scoring, so I cleaned it up as well as I could, tossed the head gasket on, and then ran it. Drove it for a little bit, but you could tell it was only running on 3 cylinders, so it would hit 4 cylinders every once in a while, maybe when you're clearing it out, but it was mainly just running on 3. So plan is I'm going to pull the engine and trans together because this has a new clutch, pressure plate, and flywheel is resurfaced. So I'm just going to put all that onto this. I'm going to run this header. This came off of a right-hand drive 8.6. I'm not sure. We can't figure out the brand, but it's really nice. Let's see. The only thing I really want to do to this before I drop it in is I'm pretty sure it's leaking from the coolant bypass tube down here. And so I need to pop this off, try to reseal that up. I don't think I'm going to do anything other than that. It looks decent enough. Again, I like to do my builds kind of in stages. And so since I'm going to be dropping that in, it being EFI, I want to just get it in, get all the wiring sorted, make sure it runs. Once it's running, down the road, the next project will be maybe swap some things out, pull it apart, take it out, clean it, paint it. But I don't want to do that all and then find out that, you know, there's an issue somewhere. So that's the plan. Yeah, it's too bad. This engine looks so good. I kind of did like a weathered effect on the valve covers, so I stripped part of the paint and then I clear coated them, so they look pretty cool. So I'll probably swap those over. I'll swap all the other cool stuff over, and try to just make it a little bit better. Yeah, so that's kind of where we're at. I don't know what I'm gonna do, if I'm even gonna start the swap today. I'll probably end up just getting everything prepped. Maybe I'll get this finished and sealed up first, and then I'll start pulling this engine out. But I want to do this as soon as possible, so that way I can dedicate the time to the fueling and the wiring. I ordered an inline fuel pump and the fuel system, so that'll be eliminating a bunch of stuff down here. I'm gonna use the stock tank on this. What else? yeah, I'm not really sure what else at this point. The main thing that I'm gonna have to wire in over here. So these are all set up to be. It's all set up to be like kind of like a standalone. But the one thing I am gonna have to wire up is these wires. So we have like oil pressure temp, a few other random things that needs. I think power. So main power, switch power, and then there's like reverse lights. I want to say like oil, water. That's reverse lights. Blue and white, I think is AC, maybe something for the AC. I forget offhand what all these do, but I've done this already before, so it's just gonna be a matter of remembering what goes where. So I did scrub the engine down a little bit, but you know, it is what it is. It's old engine. I did verify it is a 20 valve bottom end, so it's got a 20 valve bottom end with the 16 valve top. Down here you can see it's a 7 rib. So yeah, so that's where we're at so far. So this will probably be the last part of this video. I did a lot of the degreasing earlier. It's actually pretty clean. I'm gonna shoot a couple of the spots down here, but it's actually not too bad. It looks kind of messy now, but it'll come out good once I'm done. It'll get a full paint and stuff like that later. This is, you know, it kind of sucks because I thought this foam was good for the heavy stuff, but it turns out it's meant for lighter duty stuff. This is all right. Wow, that foams up good, huh? Sucks is I'm gonna end up having to pull that intake manifold because it's they completely eliminated the TVIS, and in my experiences the TVIS is actually really good. So if you're thinking about eliminating it, don't. Not too worried about the paint on those valve covers. I'm not going to be using these, so. All right, let's let her soak. Whoopsie daisy. Says to let the stuff soak for 15 minutes, so that's what we'll do. For the time being, maybe I'll pull this bad boy out, start draining some of the coolant. All right, so I basically got, I think, everything pulled in order to get the engine out. So I'm just gonna hook up the crane and see what happens. Spilling your oil. That happens, huh? Got spillage. Dumping all the transmission fluid out. All of it. It's caught up on the bell housing. This voice kind of sucks. Leaks down a little bit. Start running out of room here. Hate doing that. Try to mitigate some of the scratches. I'm gonna pause it for a sec. so I can take a couple pictures. All right. Oh boy. All the gear oil on the ground. Scratching her up, that's right. So much gear oil. Pause you one more time. Shoot. Hitting my it's hitting the top of the garage door. So I have to move it out. she's out. One more pause. All right, so engine's out. I gotta separate the trans, pull up the flywheel and everything, get it ready to go on that engine. I'm not gonna film all that because I don't think I really need to. I think that's not really part of this whole swap, what I'm trying to put out there. Mainly I want to tackle like some of the more difficult things, wiring, fuel system and such. So for now, maybe we'll end this. We'll end this video. I've said that like 3 times now. All the gear oil. What are you gonna do? So yeah, that's it for right now. Once I swap everything, I gotta pull that engine off once I do this and then start that whole process. So yeah, so I'll bring you back once this engine's ready to go in.